What up, y'all? This is JJ, aka Tundi's son. This is my first real video. I thought I'd have a couple random live streams, so apologies in advance for any rough cuts, edits, transitions, things like that. I'm learning as I go here. Like we all know, the Show 26 trailer dropped a few weeks ago, and after watching it, couldn't help but notice how samey the game still looks after all these years. So that influenced me to go back at previous games and see exactly what they have been changing. And I couldn't help but notice how much they haven't changed. So I decided to post some of what I saw on Reddit and kind of gauge what people thought. And it was pretty interesting what people were saying up until the mods locked the post, which was pretty funny. The show, in my opinion, was one of the best sports gaming franchises out, especially as games like FIFA, 2K, Madden, all games I used to play pretty consistently. Kind of took a nosedive with my team and Ultimate Team being the real focus of those games now, which sucks. So in this video, I wanted to break down what I posted, what people were saying, how they reacted, and explain why, as somebody whose first show game was MLB The Show 09, why I'm not getting the Show 26 and why you should probably reconsider getting it too. All right, thanks. The point I'm trying to make is when I saw the MLB, the 26 whatever trailer, I, like a lot of consumers, was kind of, I won't say disgusted, but just tired of what I saw. See, I promptly disliked it. The same since 25-16. Just look at a couple comments. I'm not going to really reveal to the trailer. That's not, I mean, so many people have done that and we've all seen it, you know, stuff like, you know, this same created player face that we've seen for, you know, I don't know how many years. Just that same blank, you know, lifeless stare. I mean, look at the body types, another common thread with, you know, so many models in this game. And then you look at the stars, like, maybe not Bobby Witt. He's a new kid on the block per se, but Altuve or, you know, Juan Soto. They showed Jose Ramirez here. There's no improvements. I mean, you look year after year after year and it's the same person, but this is my first year. I'm not buying the show. And for somebody that's put so many hours, so many hours into this game, it sucks because I like baseball, and when I'm not watching baseball and I want to get that gaming baseball fix, I turn on the show, do what it is I'm doing. Okay, so to get to the meat per se of this video, one thing I did, I thought it was funny, well, not funny, but interesting. I went back, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just kind of go back a little bit, and I'm going to, you know, look at MLB The Show, older titles, and see, you know, if I can really find differences. And the player that I want to, you know, hone in on, Mr. Aaron Judge himself. Best player in baseball, maybe second best if you think Ohtani, well, not if you think Ohtani's best player in baseball, but one of the best players in baseball. So you figured, you know, when you have players like Aaron Judge, or if you're looking at a basketball player like LeBron James, these, you know, superstars that are the face of the league, if there's going to be any changes, they're going to come to people like this. Why? Because most consumers are going to pay attention to these players when they're playing the game. Like, oh, let me see, you know, how he looks and blah, blah, blah. And I decided to post on Reddit and kind of share my findings. So just to give a little description, I said graphics ain't changed a bit. Decided to check Aaron Judge in the show 22 through 26. You got 22 here, Aaron Judge, okay, catcher behind the plate. 23, you're not really seeing much different here. In fact, I mean, even the ball boy is in the same damn place. I mean, it's copy paste if you ask me. So go another year, 24. All right, so maybe you see a little bit better improvement here with the face. Maybe it was just the shading, I'm not sure. You can't tell me this is much different than this. Ball boy even stayed in his position. Only difference with everything is probably the clock. So went another year, 25. I mean, same thing. I noticed that this was, I think, his arm band. Yeah, that was, in a couple photos, and this one they took it off, whatever. But there's no improvement. As far as I can see, the body type is the same. The graphics are the same. There's no real definition in terms of his skin or the ballpark, anything behind them, the ump, the catcher. There's no real differences. No, noticeable improvement. So when I saw this clip in 26, it was just like, man, this, it looks okay, I guess, but it's not really nothing different that we haven't seen. People commented on it. This is exactly what my issue is. It's easy to say graphics are bad, which it is, easy. But for me, the player models that do not represent the modern day hardware are capable of. These current gen systems, PS5 Pro, which I have, Series X, they're capable of 4K, they're capable of 120 frames per second, and yet, and SDS isn't alone in this. These companies continue to pump out these games that are barely pushing 60 frames per second. You look at this and it's just like, you can't tell me, you can't get that definition in the show. I mean, granted, 2K has their own issues that they have, but in terms of presentation, in terms of graphics, if you go back to NBA 2K 21 till now, you're gonna notice difference. I mean, I would show it, but I'm not about to. I haven't bought every 2K since 21 because I stopped playing the series. But I mean, anybody that plays a game knows that that's the case. A couple people are like, oh, this is just the same game, which is kind of ironic. Some of these people thinking this is the same game. So I was like, okay, let me take it a little step farther. You'll see this post here, which has since been locked. But you get the point. He's one of the faces of baseball. I said I'm gonna, do a screenshot of him, and I'm gonna make sure that I get this show logo in each one. That way people don't think that I'm just out here trying to BS and make it look worse than it actually is. I posted it, said some people questioned my last post about Aaron Judge was real. I didn't want to be too negative in the post, because another thing I forgot to mention, when I posted this, the mods, they waited like 12 hours to approve it. So that kind of lit a light bulb in my head and was like, okay, they might not approve it because I'm being critical. So I wanted to be a little bit more neutral than in my last post. I said graphics had changed a bit, which is the truth, but just trying to get it posted and see what they say. And after a few hours and me messaging them, because it was just sitting there in limbo, they approved it. So one thing you're gonna notice in this, maybe you'll notice right off the bat, I'm gonna wait to the end to bring it up. Other than the subject, which is Fernando, there's something that's eerily consistent in most of these photos, not all, but most. So Fernando, this is 2021, so this is supposed to be his likeness from the season before. 2021, not bad, I guess. I mean, if you compare it to previous iterations, maybe you are a little annoyed, but not bad. What are you seeing different here? Not much, I guess. He has an arm sleeve now and a pink armband. Not sure the significance of that, but I mean, is there anything majorly different? Oh, his hair looks a little different, I guess, but same hair, same, beard, same face paint, even same stare if you look at it. It's the same stare. Not really much different. Okay. 23. I mean, what are you seeing different here? I'm not seeing much different. 22, 23. I feel like I'm at the eye doctor. But I mean, come on. No arm sleeve. Okay. 24. The logo changed, but what about the player? I mean, they got the batting stances down. They keep that consistent. I can't really recall him changing his stance too much the past few years between getting hurt. But I mean, skin still looks clayish, like no definition, no, like it's the same thing. No, I mean, his eyes look different, but who are we kidding here? So 25. again, I mean, I take several comparisons of the games, and it's completely useless as a comparison because you change the camera angles. You now have two variables in a side-by-side comparison. I mean, this guy is like a photography critic on a show Reddit subreddit, which makes the comparison more difficult. If you want to say, look how much little has changed, you have to have common focus points, which can be easily traced from image to image. It's the same reason I rolled my eyes at the judge one. You can get the gist, but that's the best you can do. Again, negatively reacted to there. There's something I did when I was taking these screenshots. Again, I'm not a professional photographer, but I'm kind of like I get down a little bit. When I was doing these photos, as you can see, like a lot of them are kind of different. They're similar angles per se, but I had to work around to fit this just because it was, you know, slightly different. And for whatever reason, the replay system, it doesn't let you get, like, it's not the same across each game. It's slightly different, so you can't get exact angles. Maybe you can if you really mess with it, but you know, I wasn't about to sit here on 30 minutes per game to try to get the same exact friggin' angle for, you know, for this. But you know, if you're looking at this, like, I get what he's saying, but it's more consistent if you ask me. I get what he's saying. So, but if you look at this, I tried to stay consistent. Anyway, so when I was doing Tatis, I was actually doing another player too, Juan Soto, another one of my favorite players. And I decided to do outfield too, just to kind of get a full body. But I couldn't fit the show logo in those images, so I decided not to do it. And I didn't want to have like 8 photos in the pose. So what I went ahead and did was showed him each one, and I dropped it on his comment. So here's another one. So this is Fernando Tatis in MLB The Show 21. Okay, not bad. This is Fernando Tatis Jr. in 22. With him playing shortstop, I couldn't get the same exact angle, and all of them didn't have it. So this is why I didn't really use it. But I mean, kind of not really seeing much different here. The shoes are different, but I mean, outside of that, I mean, are we really noticing anything much different here? 23, wearing some J's. Those same lame ass retro ones that they've had in the game for God knows how long. For anybody that's a shoehead like me, they notice stupid stuff like this. But I mean, again, not really noticing much different. 2024, same retro ones, a colorway that's never existed for good reason. These are all, as you can see, similar, you know, viewpoints, which I wanted to kind of focus on. But again, I mean, I'm gonna look at 25 here. You tell me. 25, 21. What are you noticing that's much different? Sure, maybe a little cleanup, maybe it's a little bit more crisp, but and maybe not. But what are you noticing that's really different, that's worth $70? Another thing I want to get into on this is the crowd. A lot of people reacted to this eerie little girl, the season ticket holder apparently, in the majority of these photos. And it brings up another point. What exactly are they changing in this game? So she's not in 21. Guess she's not in 22 either. But you see her here, this little girl, this same blank stare. And I've noticed her on other players I've done too. So it's a common, you know, crowd model, whatever you want to call it. And it's just like stuff like this, these stares that are just so synonymous with this franchise, in my opinion, are it's the stuff that people like me are tired of seeing. Like, why is this girl just not paying attention whatsoever? Look at this. I mean, if you're re-releasing a game every year for $70, you have to show people outside of Diamond Dynasty why they should pour their money into that. And looking at this, it just doesn't give me that. I mean, again, some people question my last post. More importantly, actually I didn't put what I thought, but a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, all these people complaining they're still buying the game. I'm not getting the game. I've decided that I'm not gonna pay $70 for a reskin. I mean, they're talking about in the trailer. Bring something else, another slap in the face. Is it in this trailer? World Baseball Classic. Internet connection required for Diamond Dynasty. Why is this not available in offline modes? I'll tell you why. Monetization. This is the reason why we've gotten a lack of improvement in these games. This is why. They've monetized some of these people, and granted, you know, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into, but it's really stagnated the game, like the franchise. Like 21 to now, 2020 to now, there's no real differences in this game. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Sorry for the rough edges here with the editing. Obviously, I don't make YouTube videos, but it's just something I really wanted to point out. And I hope that a few people see this and just really consider, you know, reconsider their annual purchase of this game, because it's just like, you can't justify this, in my opinion.